Hi, this is Janie Imani and welcome to Emotional Awareness. A piece of advice that's become very popular in the mainstream personal development world is that we should all follow our passions, right? So you hear this all the time: follow your passion and you will find happiness. Follow your passion and you will find purpose. But this follow your passion advice implies that each person was born with an intrinsic passion and that there is this intrinsic match that we just need to discover. And to be honest, this has always bothered me because when we look at the psychological literature and the qualitative data for it, there isn't any evidence to prove that each one of us was born with this intrinsic passion that we just need to discover. And if anything, when we say things like that, it actually reduces the probability that each person will find the thing that they love or the very passion that they're looking for. Because there's so much pressure, right? And there's so much pressure to find that one burning central passion. And we've set the bar so high of what it means to find a passion that so many people are left disappointed, anxious, and stressed because they don't know what that one thing is that ignites their soul. And that's usually how it's framed, right? That one thing that will make your whole life feel worth it. And there isn't necessarily any research to prove that this is true, that there is this one thing that we're just born with that we just need to find. And because of that, so many people are left feeling lost, confused, and purposeless. And I see this in my private practice all the time when people come up to me so frustrated because they don't know what that one thing is that they should love. So the question really does become, so how do people find work that they love? So Carl Newport, in his book So Good That They Can't Ignore You, interviewed many people to figure out why and how some people love their job so much. And what he discovered was that there wasn't this intrinsic match or an inborn compatibility that made them feel so satisfied or motivated about their careers. Actually, it was impact, connection, mastery, and being valued that made them feel like it was their calling. So basically, when they realized they were getting good at what they do and they were getting respected for it and they were valued to other people because of it and they mattered to other people because of that job, that's when they started to like their job, and that's when it started to turn into a passion. So it didn't start off feeling like a passion, it started off feeling like an interest, something that they were curious about, and after mastery, that's when it became a passion. And in the book, he goes on to say that the research shows that if you took a group of people who had the same job and you interviewed them to try and understand how they felt about it, the main differentiating factor that separated people from feeling like it was just a job or their calling was actually time. So the longer they had done it for, the more likely they felt like it was their calling, because they had more impact and because they got better at it. Another question that comes up all the time is, can anyone turn any subject into their passion? So no, not really. And we know this from personality testing and personality traits. So it seems like we're all inclined a little bit differently from one another. So some people are more interested in things, some people are more interested in people, some of us are more artistically inclined, some of us are more extroverted, introverted, conscientious, less conscientious, etc. And all these factors seem to play a part in the career that we choose, or that should play a part in the career that we choose. So there does seem to be some intrinsic differences in interest and how we're inclined, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to obviously feel like a passion. Okay, so let's do this in a nutshell. In a culture that fetishizes passion, it's important to remember that most people do not have a clearly identifiable passion. Some follow their curiosity, and sometimes that becomes a passion. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next Wednesday. Take care. Bye.